Go, let's go.
Did you? Yes.
Buenos dias, buenos dias, buenos dias, buenos dias, buenas noches, and what a rainy day. Jesus, just kind of
You
rainy.
guys have no idea. No
I almost
idea.
thought it was nighttime. I think I went to sleep an extra half hour just because of that reason. It was that crazy. We're like in the midst of either hurricane, non-hurricane, tropical rain, non-tropical rain. You know, whether it's dripping, it's raining, it's pouring.
That rain, days of rains, causing a lot of it's it is what it is, right?
Rain is no bueno. Let's just put it that way. Honestly, rain is definitely no bueno. I mean, I'll tell you one thing. Good thing about rain, especially if you have a car, you haven't washed your car in a long time. That's a great time to wash it. I mean, I'll take out some of that dust that you.
That's true. Go out there with the brush in the bucket, put some soap in that bad boy, get your raincoat on, and start scrubbing.
That's it.
Yeah.
Not even real raincoat. Just go out if it's warm enough. Go out there with your bathing suit.
Damn sure ain't warm enough outside right now.
It is not
freaking cold. I just came in from that, and it's cold. That water hits you. It feels like you're getting hit by ice cubes.
I want to talk to building owners that have like those big office buildings. You hear my voice? I'm like, please, do not have the air conditioning at 59 degrees. Where people coming from outside pouring rain are fully, wet and have to stay in those offices. The blasting AC. This is what happened.
100% true.
Oh my God.
What's up, Kika?
What up, Kika?
Oh, Kika. What is that for? This is a photo of Kika and me and her sister when they were like little lady. Oh, so cute.
Little ones.
Little tinies. I know. So it's an interesting. We've been putting out small fires since this morning. Forest is having issues with Con Ed. It's great. We just have some. We had some waterproofing in our Jackson Heights office. Doesn't mean like the waterproofing is doing anything right now. It's great.
I think I should go to Home Depot. What's that thing? The ceiling thing that I keep seeing in infomercials.
Oh my God! That you can seal a boat. You can seal a They put a screen door as the base of a boat, and then they spray painted the entire thing, and it freaking floated.
Yes.
I think that's what we need to put in there.
Amazing.
Anyway, oh my God.
Well, it's a great day. I mean, listen, it's been a good week so far. Honestly, I'm enjoying it. Although the weather's kind of crazy, the trainings have been good this week as well. The customers I've been speaking to have been good as well. Look, the inventories are low, but we're trying to make that up. We're trying to make sure that it goes back up again.
I think the word for the week is do not get distracted by all those news of those lawsuits that happen with NAR and settlements and this and that. Let's not get distracted, with let's keep churning. Yes, rates are still high. We know that. It's been months. Let's keep working. That's all I have to say to you guys. And there is look, 3 more months till the end of the year. Oof. All right. Last week
what are we? We're like 2 days away to have 3 more months to go.
Yeah, so let's give it a push. Last week we gave out a little outline of what can be done. Let's do it. The year is not over. Let's get ready for next year. That's basically the mentality we should have.
Absolutely.
And then kind of blessing, which today is let's discuss like what real estate, the opportunities that were brought on to us as agents, especially like right now for me, I had investments, I don't have any, but for you guys, you're in the middle of it and you're doing your thing, and it's like, bravo, Huh?
I mean, it's exciting. I'm excited to hear what Israel got going on because I
know
he got investments going and everything, and he's doing his thing, staying busy, hungry.
Try and stay busy. Absolutely.
Love it.
I'm a sponge when it comes to new things, and whether it's technology or new avenues to hit. I'm a sponge to get into all those informations, and if it makes sense to me and things that I want to do, I'll go for it 1,000%. And I have to say that I've been in real estate for about maybe 10 years or so. I don't want to call out my age of real estate, age of real estate. I almost feel like, it's like dog years. It's like you add 2 more years to that, and that's where you are right now. But the point that I'm trying to make with that is I've learned a lot, and I've learned that there's 3 functions in it, and there's that real estate retail, there's that wholesale, and there's commercial.
Yeah.
There's other parts of it too, but those are the areas that are just a lot of emotions, a lot of numbers, and so forth. And we'll get into it. We'll definitely get into what we can do. But I can tell you that, our topic today is, how real estate business gave us the opportunity to become investors or become the people that we are. And I have to say that, first it starts with my background of being a retail manager for blah, blah, blah years, 19, 18 years. And using that customer service experience and using that customer service expertise, that I try to treat all my clients that way with a higher level of experience and expertise on that. White glove service, as I like to call it. I make sure that the communications I'm in there. And not only that, obviously having to deal with other folks who have the same sort of mindset that, again, you're not based on now, when I was a retail manager, you're not based on the idea of getting hourly pays and everything else like that. You're getting base pay. You're getting commission. So you have other people who are just, chomping away, trying to get that same kind of money in. Learning how to talk to people. I think that's the one thing. So I was a sheltered person at one time. I was the person that you put in the corner of a party and love to listen to the music. Now you can put me in a party and I'll talk to every single person out there. And that's what helped me in part of the portion of my tenure, in this, because once you're in it, you get to speak to everyone. You get to now know what angles you can do, because the point of our business is what? People business. And I've learned that really quick. If I don't talk to people, I'm not going to earn anything, whether it's knowledge, whether it's money, whether it's, information, and referrals are all based on that as well. So, I'll keep it loose so that we can actually have more conversation on that. But I can tell you that the things that I've learned so far in the last 10 years is obviously just let go. Honestly, let go. Make a mess and clean up the process.
Make a mess. Yeah, make a mess.
Make a mess.
It's not. I'm popping those little main things so my voice can.
You sure?
No, make a mess. Actually, that's what it is. All you need is you have to make a mess of those real estate conversations. You're not going to become really well versed into talking to a home seller or home buyer unless you fumble a few times, and it's okay.
That's right. You're never going to be perfect. That's one thing for sure. I've learned. A lot of folks out there tend to want to study. But again, our industry is based on learning the 75 hours of real estate, and then the street. Once you're in the streets or once you're doing the legwork into it, you'll learn much more than you did in school or classes.
Yeah.
That's what I've learned too.
So let me ask you a question, guys. When did you, so now or both of you, like pretty much seasoned in real estate, even Ed, you've been like 5 years now, 6 years?
Ed is killing it.
Yeah.
5 years. At what point you felt it was time, with your knowledge, with some of the contacts you had, with some of the opportunity you've seen arising, at what point did you feel it was time for you to jump into investing into this, really? Unless you were investing in other vehicles, I don't know. But and if you were, please talk about it. When did you feel it was time?
I'll hit it. It's funny you mentioned that because that's actually what brought me to real estate. The whole reason I got into real estate was to invest.
Okay.
And then, as you know, my first year in real estate, my first investment was buying my own place.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I wanted to make sure I bought something. And again, some people feel how they may about co-ops, but if you look for the right co-op, you might find something that's beneficial and works in your favor.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I did. I was looking for something that was rentable, very low cost, garden style, because I know the effects of what it was causing from what I learned in Forest Hills. So I was looking for something like that, a little Far East. So I jumped into that. Again, that was second year in real estate. So as I mentioned, I always wanted to invest. After that, I think it was like 2 years after was when we ended up getting that investment property in Connecticut. The beauty of this experience is that you get tested, right?
Yes, sir.
And we purchased that property, and it was something that was going to need, and it still needs a rehab. But long story short, we started gutting the place, and then I think it was last year, a tree fell on our house. So we had to go out there, and that was the first time I transformed into another characteristic of
a lumberjack.
being a lumberjack. All right. So, it was a fun experience. And again, you get tested, right? You get tested. Your emotions get tested, right? We weren't planning on a tree falling on our house so that now we can accrue more expenses. That wasn't the idea.
Right.
But the beauty of real estate is that it holds value and it continues to build value. So even though we purchased whatever we did in the condition that it's in right now, we could probably get our money back. Like we could probably sell it in the condition as is and make our money and walk away as if nothing happened. But if we renovate and hook it up, we know that we're potentially going to be making almost 4 times if we sold it. If we kept it, it's an experience. And then it's funny you mentioned that, because we're on the verge of looking for another investment property. This is more kind of something for Priscilla and I to kind of build. So I'm actually going to start scouting land, get land, and then start looking for specific contractors to then put these contracts together. Because I did take some courses on when you're an investor and you're building against time. You need these projects to finish within a certain period of time so that you can put it on the market, because on the market, it may take, 3 months to sell, right? So your window could potentially be anywhere between 6 to 9 months, ideally. And if projects take longer, somebody's got to pay, right? So you need to implement these type of contracts.
And those building loans are not waiting. Yeah.
They're not going to wait. Yeah, so you got to make sure that you draft contracts as well to protect yourself. So if in the delay of something, for example, if they delay the project, now you're charging them X amount of dollars on a weekly basis, hell, on a monthly basis, if they don't finish the project, on a daily basis, if you want to get real, I guess, yeah. You know what I mean? So that's what we're going to be looking for next. Ideally, I want to say if we can set a time frame on it, because everything has to be, within reason. It has to be tangible. You have to put a time limit on it. So ideally, coming into the summer of next year, I do want to be in the position where I can buy like a nice big property piece of land. And the minute things start to kind of fluffing up and prices of, for example, materials start to drop, I'm not expecting them to drop the way people expect the housing market to drop. I'm just saying the cost of material can probably go down, a good amount. So as that occurs, that's kind of our plan. So I think in time, I think it's perfect. It's going to work out perfectly.
Did you take advantage of, with your better knowledge of how purchasing real estate work, did you take advantage of using lower down payments?
So the other property that we purchased was an all cash purchase, because that property wasn't going to be mortgageable. So that was all cash. Moving forward, I would have to look into it. For example, if I'm buying land, what I mean? I don't know how that would work.
Right.
So I would have to see if banks are even up for that. You know what I mean? Because never really dealt that here. It's rare to find land here. I was talking to an attorney the other day.
Yeah. Are you guys? Both of you are doing out of state, right?
Yeah.
I'm out of state.
I'm not doing here. I mean, my apartment was here. Israel, you got your apartment here too. So that's in state.
No, I mean, our living space is here. All 3 of us have co-ops, which I'm really happy. I come from a house, and you know what? Being in this industry as a somebody who does not have a life partner, I can buy investments and buy a house with. I can't see myself going to Home Depot every weekend. Like when you're still working most of your weekend. So co-ops for me is like, whoo, okay, this is best. This is what works for me, and I'm sure it does work for you at this point too, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, we would like to buy another one. So we got a 1-bedroom, because in my opinion, I think if you look, we all want to have great things in life, right? But at the end of the day, if you keep your costs low, your expenses low, and your income is high, you're not going to feel the stress of what people can go through on a day-to-day basis if you live in check by check.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
See, that right there is it's an investor mindset. So if you're pretty much your overhead is low,
Yeah.
honestly, everything you just said, everything there, all the expenses, everything, if that's low or at least manageable, and your income is still going either double the amount or at least triple the amount, you're fine. You know that's really what the mindset goes for that. So
yeah. Israel, what did you want to share? What you got into, and and what
sure.
Current project?
So for me, it was obviously I was in real estate for a bit, and after a while, I started helping out a lot of investors or try to find different ways. And I have to admit, there was a certain point I was a little annoyed with every time they put in lowball offers on properties that I actually started showing them. But after a while, it now knowing it makes sense to me as to why they did that, right? So, there's a couple of classes that I've done, and a couple of classes that I went to, not only for our MLS, but also outside of that. And I realized, Airbnbs is something that can be done, or just renting something out outside of New York City can be done because it's a much easier platform. Right?
Yeah.
So I started looking into, little information and started, wondering what's going on out there. And of course, for those who don't know, New York is expensive. Let's just call it for what it is. New York City is expensive, not New York. New York City.
Yes.
So the moment you cross that bridge or the moment you cross that road, in that sense, you'll notice that the prices are much lower. And now I was like, wait a minute, I could have bought this for that. Hold on a second.
And get that type of return.
This.
I know.
Right?
And get that type of income. Yeah.
Right. So then that's when I started realizing, the difference of the Airbnb. That's when I started realizing the different avenues you can do as far as not only renting, straight out renting, or just pretty much Airbnbs and all these other avenues you can do, which are much more that are out there. So you know what? I want to be part of that. And it doesn't hit my pockets as much, I partnered up with a couple people here and there, and then with that, we got ourselves one property already, and then I started learning how to leverage and getting more money, in that sense, to get more projects in your pockets. Mm-hmm. And by doing so, again, I've learned that through going to classes. I've learned that through going to Bigger Pockets, which is another big investment community. Learned that through YouTube, which became my university. I don't know why I never got a diploma out of that. But the point is that it's really something that I learned a lot in the different terminologies. That my language became different. My thought process became different. You guys know, and for those that all know, I have Excel spreadsheets ready to go. So all that became fruition. And then after a while, I started understanding, having to buy through a BRRRR system, having to buy through a subject to system, having to buy, wholesale versus retail. My mentality behind that became different. And what really triggered me was three things, not only the investors, but, honestly, when I saw in the property that was something that folks should buy, right, because they'll get so much out of it later on, is when I started working with some buyers and they became emotionally detached of a home that they can just fix up for $30,000 and make it into $100,000 equity.
Yeah. Did you go the route of the lower down payment so you can really leverage your money?
Yes. So I haven't really used my FHA portion of it because that's something else I've also learned about. You don't necessarily need to use.
You don't need the FHA. You have other.
Right, you don't need to in that sense, but you can actually use it in different states if you want.
Oh.
So yeah, it's a lot to learn on that, which I was really surprised. But I haven't used that, which I'm okay with that. I have partners who, again, I have my private lenders. I have my partners who are pretty much are the ones that want to do projects with me. In the sense of multifamily homes or single family homes. I had to say, I don't know, Ed, I don't know how your Connecticut home was, the home that you had, but I will say that I've seen some homes that literally I had to go buy boots because I was not. I was not destroying any of my shoes with those boots.
Yeah. I would buy homes in it was actually like Pennsylvania, around Philadelphia, where I would tell you I would have bought a gun. That too. But then again, like the return on investment and stuff, again, like I would say definitely doing investment with a partner. Like right now, for me, it's not where I want to be. If I had the right partner and you guys obviously have partners, if I had the right partner to do so, because of the distance from where we are physically right now running our business into where the investments are, by yourself, it's like really hard to manage, right? But do you guys
that I don't know. I don't think so. So
it's
what's a little difficult, and one thing I've learned, right, and it's really, don't try to choose something that it takes 5 hours to get there. Try to choose something that takes maybe 2 hours or less to get there by drive, right? And if you set up a system, because really it ends up to be a system. So if you set up a system where you do have maybe a handyman in the area, or you have a property manager in the area,
you have a reliable handyman and
right.
manager.
Well, yeah. Not all.
Well, those are the growing pains, like whatever happened, 15 years ago, I wasn't as wise as I'm now. But you're definitely, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so for our project in Connecticut, 100%, we have partners, so it's less of a risk. And if we need to kind of split and go, we prefer to go in twos. It is, to your point, Israel, 100%. Look at timing. I would probably say I'd go as far as maybe 3 hours, and that's like with traffic.
I agree.
You know what I mean? Because without traffic, it's probably going to be 2 hours, 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But our property in Connecticut from Queens is about an hour away, maybe an hour and 20 minutes with traffic. You know what I mean? So it's super close. You can go there and have a day trip if you wanted to, But for that trip, it does get a little crazy because we are in the process of, like I said, since we're trying to renovate, we need to find contractors that are willing to cross a river to work on our property and then bring material to work on our property. And now we have to kind of figure out this way to now haul material down the river to get to this property to then do
yeah, that's
so
how it is. Wow,
that's how we would have to do it now.
So that's remote, you're in the middle of the jungle. What happened?
Sounds like you're in the Mississippi.
It feels like it, but we're not.
I thought the Amazon River, when you say cross the river, hold down that. Wow.
You know what it is? So it's, long story short, people bought properties over there in the 80s. They wanted to basically kind of, I guess, isolate themselves from
go up the grid
mainland. Yeah, that's what they wanted to do. So there was a set of houses, which for the most part, they sell within family. We got lucky with this one because when they put it up for sale, nobody else wanted to buy it. So he said, well, I need to get rid of it. And then they publicly put it on the market. We just happened to snag it. But that property is unique. Now, if we get to know the community and the neighbors, there's ways to get through it. Behind our house is a train tracks that were used back in the days to haul minerals from the north down towards basically the city, New York City, further down. So after the tracks, it's a state park. So there's no properties there. So it's all like just greenery, behind it. Mm-hmm. So it does feel like you're off the grid, but you're really not off the grid. There's just a river that's dividing you, and then you're on the other side of town, So our thing is to try to figure out how to get over there. Now, we may use the train tracks because it's right behind our house.
The same thing.
The only thing is that that's what we need. And we heard that there's a neighbor that has it. So, we're in the middle of mingling and meeting some of the other neighbors, getting to know more of the history about the town, how it came about, how the people got there. It's very interesting what you learn, but it is tricky. It's hard. Like we've reached out to contractors and everything, and they're like, no, I don't work on that side. You know what I mean? And it's just like, damn.
So are you guys looking to also Airbnb and do like some sort of eco vacation type of thing, or
that was the whole goal of it. The whole goal of it was to create kind of like a little retreat, couple getaway, family getaway, retreat getaway, where it almost gives you the feeling of like an all-inclusive resort. So we were gonna set it up so that you have a nice little swimming area, but it's a natural man-made, beach-looking setting. We had the docks there, we had water activities, we got a boat, we got the jet ski, the wakeboarding, we have the water tubing. So the whole thing was supposed to give you like this resort feel. You're off the grid, and then it would have different packages if we needed people to be there, or maybe some discounts, because we did also meet some of the other businesses that are on the river, and they're 2 restaurants. You know what I mean? So like, there's things that we can now.
So you have, it's an upswing. It's a lot of opportunity right there. Yeah,
a lot of opportunity. But again, in this particular property, it's bigger than what we thought it was gonna be. But we're gonna see how the future unfolds. We got this one guy that we're trying to get out there now. So if we can get him to do it, that's it. Come next year, it'll be up, because a lot of the other stuff we can handle. We just need him to take care of more of like the structural stuff of the house.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Somebody that knows the pretty much, not all states are the same, so everybody has different laws or permit laws and so on and so forth. So
and for you, Israel, you're doing short-term rentals, right?
Short-term, medium.
Short-term, medium.
So, where did you buy out at?
Philadelphia is my area that I'm actually buying, and then
really?
We're also looking at different areas as well. We're outside of that, but pretty much it's definitely short term, medium, and depending on where it's located, it could be a long term version of it, because again, there's 2 ways. It's either flip and fix, or fix and flip, or you do buy and hold.
Yeah.
So in today's market, the way the interest rates are running around and playing like the little trying to get the lowest market out there, or the lowest number, sometimes you could just do a buy and hold real quick and hold it out for a couple of years.
Yeah.
So for me, and Ed, I don't know how you feel this way, but when buying a property, honestly, I go through this entire calculation in my mind, because it makes sense, a year or 2 from now to do this, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of information that I go through before I even say, I want this one, let me go forward with this one.
Yeah. Did you guys specifically wanted that type of product, or the opportunity fell on your lap?
So
for me, and I'll just use it real quick. Me, no. I honestly wanted that kind of product.
Okay.
Just to start off. I'm not a fan of actually dumping into the mud and finding out how the hell to get out. I like to know, I like to know my exit plan first before I even get into it. So I want to make sure everything's going the right way.
Funny you mentioned that. We wanted something along the water, because I just love the water. So I've always spoken about that. And then the opportunity kind of did fall on our lap, because our partners, which is also a close friend of ours, he had reached out to us, and he was like, look, this is property. This is here. This is where it's at. This is how much it is. What do you guys think? We checked it out, and we fell in love with it. So, it's a bigger job than what we were expecting, but we're going to see how it plays out, because at the end of the day, it's still developing equity in the property.
That's it. And it goes back to that one saying again, it's like, don't, what is it again? It's you buy and you just wait for the real estate to actually produce.
Right.
And that's, we all went to a couple of classes ourselves and learned some of that stuff. And when I saw people actually using their money, that's not going straight to stocks or not going straight to
especially the stocks right now. Not always the best option. Some people have a lot of money, but the time it's
right now is the time to buy.
Right.
Always.
Definitely.
The way the market looks right now, buy it up. Buy whatever you can. All right. But
for every
same
penny,
thing goes
for every dollar.
Are you guys doing a little bit of the stock market?
Yes.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Well, as you guys already know, I've always take out 5% of all my commissions to buy EXPI stock, and we're getting it at a 10% discount. So I bought a shit ton of it. But outside of that, back into the crypto world too, because it's super low as well. So
it's interesting.
It's the time. It's the time.
Interesting. Wow.
So, and it's crazier, not to get political real quick, my bad, bro. It's crazier not to get political, but there can be a very dramatic shift come the new year. If there's a new president that comes aboard, that's where the market can potentially change. And then coming into 24, going into 25 is where we're probably going to see a boom. That's my theory. I'm not an expert. I'm not giving any type of trade advice. I'm just giving you my opinion.
Yeah, I agree, 1,000%. I think the one thing that the other thing for me, when just speaking of that real quick, is when it comes to investments, and I think that's another trigger that just hit me too, is when going from one brokerage to another, right? We all been to that one. We were all once the same thing. Is that one conversation of generational wealth? In that sense, right? Like that passive income that really triggered me for a while. And if I can always hit different avenues of doing my passive income or generational wealth, then I'll do it. And that's stocks was one of them. And then having to find out about the houses and how inexpensive they were outside.
Definitely,
That's something that triggered me. So
and then today, we have to make an announcement, don't we?
Yes, we do.
I know. It's
I think Israel should make the announcement.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get it. No worries. So so with a heavy heart at this moment, really, pretty much, we've been together for about 2.5 years.
Going almost three. Oh,
almost three. We're a few months away from making 3.
Not even a few months. Pretty much. I think when was our first show?
I think right before the new year.
December.
Yeah.
December 20th, I think it was.
Yeah.
We were green. We were green.
No,
we were.
Damn, she already got the tissue.
That's silly. Stop.
No, actually, my nose is running, guys. I told you.
No, it's okay. It's okay, Gigi. Let it out.
So really,
he's right. He's still gonna be there in my life every day. I work.
Always. So, again, with a heavy heart, honestly, you guys are my brothers, my sisters, my family, no matter what. At this point right now, pretty much today is my last show, all right, or my last episode. I've had lots of fun in here. Stop it. I've actually shared, with you guys so much information. It was so much things that we've actually put together to help out everyone out there, with agents, helping agents kind of situation. And I loved it. And at this point right now, obviously, this is something that I didn't want to do. But honestly, at this point, it's, again, with a heavy heart, honestly, it's my last show. To leave the real estate world, or not the real estate world, the real estate unwrapped world.
Right. But we do understand. Again, that's why today we're having this show, because I know where you want to take the investment side a little bit more seriously than you have in the past, and you really want to establish yourself and have really be super involved so you can make this work out. Totally understand.
Absolutely. And I look, again, it's because we're family as always. You guys, I would always, pop in either whether I'm popping in as a comment, or I could pop in as if there's a topic out there, definitely be coming back as well. But at this moment, I know that the Real Estate Unwrapped family that's out there, you guys are going to be in wonderful shape. You're going to be in great hands with Ed and Gigi. And as far as for me, honestly, I'm never a stranger to anyone. Don't be a stranger to me. Anyways, but the long story short, I wish everyone a great time. Thank you, Gigi. Thank you, Ed. You guys, again, not only been great friends, not only been great friends, great people to work with, but brothers and sisters all the way. And I love you guys always. So look forward to maybe doing a show later on.
Sure.
You guys.
Yeah. We'll call back on. You will know. We'll call back.
Yeah.
Gary says, much love to all you guys.
Gary. Definitely.
What's up, Gary? I didn't get a chance to tell Gary, but Gary, you did it. If you're still watching, you did an awesome job that time you covered for me. So I appreciate you.
Yes.
Man.
Yeah. Gary has been, I just want to give a shout out to Gary, who does for the community. He has this group of basically wealth education for teenagers, like financial education. And I think I gotta applaud him for this because, I think it's important for us as agents to sometimes give back, and just, spread your knowledge and give it to, basically for the better of the community. So Gary, thank you for that.
Definitely. Thank you, Gary. Thank you. All right.
So folks, as we wrap it up, as we wrap it up, Israel, it was a pleasure having you on, brother. We're not stopping. We're going to keep on moving, but you are always welcome, man, to tune back in. If there's any topics, we'll definitely invite you on. But
of course.
I wish you the most success, bro. Stay focused. Keep the hammer down, bro. Who cares what anybody says, man? You got this. Cool?
Awesome. Thank you, brother. Thank you.
All right.
For sure.
All right.
Guys.
Love you guys. Thank you.
Thank you. I hope you guys, this weekend looks kind of dreadful again. And I hope Sunday is going to be better than Saturday. But keep on churning at those open houses. Keep on going, guys. The year is not over.
I'll be in East Elmhurst on Sunday and in Kew Gardens on Sunday. Open houses.
Right after this, I have a listing appointment. So wish me luck. Yeah.
Good luck. Good luck.
All right, guys.
Stay
dry if you're in New York.
Thank you. All right. Bye.
Take care, everybody. Have a great weekend.